Hello, everybody. I'm Rikki Smith. Welcome to Faith on Friday
Faith
Presents.
on Friday, step into what's possible with Rikki
At Faith
Smith.
on Friday Presents, our goal is to drive motivation by closing the door on the comfort zone, to foster inspiration by showing you what's possible, and to create transformation by challenging those negative mindsets. And don't forget, while you're here, subscribe to this YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, and share this with your network. All right, everybody. I am absolutely fangirling today, and I'm going to tell you why. Have you ever met somebody that you know does all the things? They are an athlete, they are a community leader, they are just all of that in a bag of chips. And on top of that, they serve this country with amazing pride, resilience, and strength. Y'all, I have met her and she is real. Nope, it's not Wonder Woman, but kinda. Everybody, please say hello to Miss Janina Simmons. Woo! Janina, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing so well. I'm super excited to talk to you. It's
I
going to be
am
great.
super excited to talk to you. I'm telling you, I'm trying very hard not to fangirl, and the struggle is real.
Your energy is so infectious. So I'm super excited to be here.
Well, thank you for that. Janina, we got a lot to talk about, and I
Yes,
want to
we
get
do.
in as much as I possibly can. But before we get started, my friend, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're located?
To all the viewers, Sergeant Major Simmons, Janina Simmons. I was born and raised in Germany. I've been serving in the military for about 16 years now. I predominantly am known for graduating Ranger School as the first Black female and the first Ranger qualified woman to reach the rank of Sergeant Major. I am going to get out the military. I've been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So I'm an ultra endurance runner. I love to go to the gym for hours. I run marathons. So I do, like she said, all the things. So I'm super excited to share some part of my story.
I I don't even know where to begin. Okay, let's start right here. First of all, Sergeant Major, thank you for your service. All
Thank
right,
you.
there's that. Then we're gonna go. I mean, because you said ultra running, and we're
Ultra.
ultra. So you're gonna have to explain what ultra is. But this is what I understood about it when
Uh-huh.
we first met.
Mm-hmm.
Ultra runners measure these competitions in hours, not
Hours.
miles.
Yes.
What in the world? Tell us a little bit about that.
So the ultra running, so a marathon is 26.2 miles, and ultra marathon or ultra run is considered anything above that. So technically, if you run 26.3, that's an ultra. But yeah, ultra runners, they run 50 miles, 100 miles, 200 miles. Now they have a 300-mile race in Arizona. It's called the Arizona Monster. What it really does is, and I'll speak for myself, but I know we a lot of us have that in common. We're just trying to find that breaking point. There's a certain place you go when you run, because if you've ever ran a mile, you know it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how good of a runner you are. You can run 5 minute miles, 10 minutes. It just putting on the shoes and getting out there. There's something about running that is difficult, but when you achieve it, when you run for hours, you
Oh my
unlock
gosh.
something not just in your body but in your mind, and it lets
Mm-hmm.
you know. Or the reason why I love running is like, hey, I can take another step. Or, oh man, I got, I'm in a 60-mile race and I have 10 more miles and you're beat down, take another step. So that
Wow.
take another step mantra, it pertains to life. But
Mm-hmm.
we're always trying to seek just that true challenge. So I love it
Wow.
during the act. I don't love it, but when
Thank
you're
you for
done,
that.
there's nothing more gratifying than doing something so hard that you never thought you could do. Because I joined the
Wow.
army, I couldn't even run a mile, not one
Oh
mile.
my gosh.
And now, I did 75. I'm doing 200 in August. So yeah,
How long does it take to run 200 miles?
so I don't know. I've never done it, but
Oh, okay.
so the winner from last year, it's called Bigfoot 200. It's in Washington State. Mind you, it's mountainous. It's not straight. The elevation gain is 40,000 feet. So you're going up some peaks.
Holy
The
cow.
winner did it in
Mm-mm.
45 hours, and the last person, I think it goes up to like 80, 90 hours. So you're going to be out there for days. Not
Do you
not
get to rest? Because I'm thinking
You
we're
can do whatever
running
you want.
45 hours.
Yeah. So the winners, they don't rest. In order to get those miles in, it's
Yeah.
not so much about speed, it's about just just continuously moving forward. There's so many things that can go
Yeah.
wrong. Your nutrition, let's say after 20 hours, your stomach is messed up, you can't eat. You
Hmm.
probably can't complete the race. The winners, they don't really sleep. They might take a 10-minute cat nap and then they just keep
Wow.
on moving. You can sleep, you can eat, you can do whatever you want, but then there's
Right.
a certain threshold, a cutoff in order to earn the buckle or the medallion. But
Right.
again, when you go to a race like that, you don't care about the medallion or the
I guess
buckle.
not.
You're there to figure out something about yourself. That's 90 hours of
Mm-mm.
you time. Any question you had about your life, you're going to answer it in those 90
I
hours.
know that's right.
So,
When you and I met, we kind of talked about, this ultra running and all these things.
mhm.
And you said something that was so incredibly profound. Nobody wins these races in the spotlight.
Oh,
The work happens way earlier. Tell us about
in
that.
the
And
dark.
that is your mantra for life, though, too, right?
100%. So, I post some of my training, but like if I post a marathon that I ran, like I ran CIM in December in Sacramento and I ran a 3:03. So that's about a 6:58 pace. I
Wow.
came from a 5:20, which is like a 16-minute mile pace.
Hmm.
But what's done in the dark? People see the 3:03 and they're like, "Oh, congratulations, great race." No, 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 no. I've been
Yeah.
waking up at 3 for months,
Hmm.
years. 10-mile runs every day, 20-mile
Wow.
runs on the weekend. So it's that unseen work that people need to realize. Anybody who wants to be great, or if you're
Hmm.
looking at somebody that's great, there's so much done in the dark. Even with social
Yeah.
media, or if somebody has a YouTube and you follow them, you don't really follow them.
Sure.
When that camera turns off, everything that is done in the dark will come to light. So if you're putting,
Yeah.
that's why we love racing.
Hmm.
If you get to the start line, if you trained, we will know. If you didn't train, we will
Yeah.
know. So that's what I love. You
So
can't just
true.
show up and say, "Hey, I'm going to do
Can we
200
do
miles
it?
today." Yeah,
Absolutely
so
not. I don't run up my stairs, girl. Okay, so absolutely, I ain't running 200 miles without somebody chasing me in a car.
right,
Absolutely not.
right.
That is insane. But I do love that because, like you said, even on social media, we love social media influencers. We love all the things that they're doing. We don't
hmm
realize this did not happen yesterday. It's been
Nope,
going on for a while.
absolutely.
And like I tell people, I have a thing on my desk that says an overnight success can take 10 or 15 years.
And that's a fact.
It is. And you just said it. So now we're going to skip ahead because there's so much about you. Y'all heard in the intro and in her, she said it herself, so I'm not making this up. She is the first African American woman to not only finish Ranger School, but it was receiving the rank of Sergeant Major, holding that
hmm
Ranger School tab. Y'all may not know what that means, but those of us who are in or who have served, we are all going, oh my God. Janina, tell us about Ranger School and all the things. Because when I asked you, I'm like, how long is Ranger School?
yeah,
And what you said will stick with me forever. Go ahead, tell us about it.
I forgot what I told you, so I'm
You
excited to
told me it
hear
was
that. But
62 days of hell.
yeah, so yeah, 61 days. I did tell
Thank
you
you.
62, 61 days, 60 roughly, if you make it straight through. Now, if you
Mm.
fail something, you have to recycle. Some people did it for like 80, 90. Like kudos to them. But so Ranger School, one, like I told you, I did it because I was at a point in my life, in my career, I was complacent, not as in lazy and I didn't want to
Hmm.
do anything, but it's like you've done so much
Wow.
and it was like what's next, because if you don't have that what's next mindset,
Hmm.
I feel like you're not living life to its truest potential.
So
There's
good.
the purpose in life, from my what I believe is, you got to figure out who are you supposed to become. God needs you to
Mm.
become somebody, but if you just stop because you've done all these things, maybe he was just getting you warmed up. So you have to continuously
Wow.
strive to figure out who you need to be. So I was complacent. I signed up for Ranger School. I was terrified. Not gonna. I was
Yeah.
terrified. I had to cut my hair, so I was completely bald, like GI Jane style.
Wow.
And I was just nervous. That's a infantry realm. All the
Hmm.
squad tactics. I ruck, but you're rucking with 65 pounds. I weigh like a
Yeah.
buck 50. And land navigation and all those things. But one
Wow.
day my buddy came in. He told me to, just send it. And I was like, you know what? In order to see how good you are, you actually have to mingle with the best. You don't
Woo.
want to mingle with people who are outside of your realm. You can
Love
win there
it.
every day, right?
Hmm.
So you want to mingle with the best. So I was like, hey, let me see where I'm at. So I signed up. I trained. There was a lot done in the dark. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
hours on hours on hours because nobody wanted to help me because they didn't believe I could do it as a
Oh,
woman. So I went there and I went straight through. You don't eat really, you don't sleep, you have the ruck on your back,
my
but
goodness.
it was a mindset. Anybody who goes to Ranger School, you'll make it if you want to be there. And if
That's
you have a
good.
really strong why, I mean, I knew my why.
Mm-hmm.
So once I graduated, one, I didn't know what number of woman, I didn't know I was the
Mm-hmm.
first Black or anything. I still struggle with that. It
Mm-hmm.
is a complete honor. I will say
Yeah,
that. But
sure.
then, two, I don't want it to become my identity because, my mom is super white and my
Mm-hmm.
dad is super Black.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not big on, oh, Black. I'm not like that. However, I will say it's an honor because somebody like my grandma on my dad's side, she
Mm-hmm.
worked at a plantation. And if you would
Wow.
have told this woman years ago that her granddaughter is going to make Army history, so
Yeah.
organization that's been around since 1775,
Mm-hmm.
to me, that is
That's
special.
huge. Yeah.
Running around saying I don't really care about that. But for somebody like my grandma, because I can
Yeah.
imagine what she actually endured. When
Oh
we
my
talk about
gosh.
hardship, we're the modern hardship
Oh
kind of
yeah.
people.
It's like, oh
Like
my God, the pool water's cold.
we can
Ugh.
talk about, and even now we can talk about racism, all those things, and it's true. But
It's a
back
thing.
then,
Yeah.
way back then, I mean, you're comparing apples with oranges. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that is a true honor. And now being the first female sergeant major who's Ranger qualified, I mean,
Wow.
that means a lot.
It
Making
does.
sergeant major is such a small percent.
Mm-hmm.
And then just to be the first, I mean, somebody has to do it.
Somebody's got to do it.
So
Why not
it
you?
might as well be me. So making Army history twice again, an organization that's been around since 1775. And if
Yeah.
you look at my upbringing, I wasn't supposed to be here. So God specifically said, "Hey, it's going to be you." For whatever reason, He
Yeah.
chose me, and I'm very grateful for that.
I know
I'm
that's
very
right.
grateful.
So you are literally, technically, and absolutely your ancestors' wildest dream.
100%. Yes. Yes.
Congratulations, and thank you
Yep.
on behalf of all of the females in the military.
Yep.
I mean, like you said, somebody had to do it first. And I
Somebody got to
love
do
the
it.
first of something because that means somebody knows it's now possible.
100%. That's really what I love. I wanted to show a lot of women because they have the imposter syndrome, or
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
tells them, "Hey, you're not strong enough, you're not fast enough." Oh no. Women can do it. It's not easy. You have to
Mm-mm.
put in the work. You're
Yeah.
probably going to have to put in more work than the males just because our bodies are different, but that
Right.
is not an excuse. If I can do it,
I love it.
anybody can do it. I couldn't run a mile. Just always remember that. I couldn't run a mile.
You
So
know what? That is a great segue because, somebody may have missed it, but I think it's another one of those fantastic things about you. You said you were diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
yes, ma'am.
When were you diagnosed?
So I was diagnosed in 2023. I was in North Carolina. I was serving as a first sergeant. It came super unexpected. I was at the peak of my physical fitness at the time. I had
Right.
2 lumps on my groin. My mom told me to get checked out. I kind of brushed her off because I felt great, but then I went, did biopsies and things like that, and they found a lot of masses around my
Hmm.
pelvic region. I had to go through radiation therapy because they found more in my lungs and my bones. So it is stage 4. It
Hmm.
is allegedly non-curable. And at this, they told me a year and a half ago that I have 5 years at max.
Hmm.
And I've been going through the highs and the lows, but I
Sure.
feel like I'm in a really good spot now just
Hmm.
because, one, nobody knows when they're going to go.
Mm-mm.
Two, the way I've lived my life, like from everything I'm telling you,
Hmm.
is in such a fulfilled way because I've been chasing my destiny, purpose, who I'm supposed to become for so long.
Wow.
Whenever I am on that deathbed, there'll be zero regret.
That
So that's
part.
what I always challenge people, like, if you lived 85 years, nobody said your life was impactful. You might have just lived
Wow.
85 years on the bed,
Took up space for
didn't
85 years.
took up space, didn't I don't know what you didn't do, but for me, I'm
Yeah.
only 36 now. If I make it to 40, longer, less, I made history.
You made
I'm writing a
history.
book. There's a legacy. I impacted people, and I do believe people are your legacy because they'll
Yeah.
continue to spread your story. So I lived a fulfilled life. Not saying I'm ready to, I have so much I
You
want to
got stuff
do.
to do. Yeah.
I want to be 85. But you know, God already knows. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna, I try to put the burden aside as much as I
Hmm.
can and just live life and just get
Yeah.
after it. And live
That's so good.
fearlessly. I don't have that fear of trying new things anymore, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So there's a
Wow.
freedom that comes with a diagnosis, a weird freedom as well,
Sure.
because you move different in the world. You know, if I don't like
Yeah.
somebody, I'm not going to entertain the conversation. You
That
know, so
part, girl,
you're
that
there's
that
a
right there is a whole
I
thing.
you know what I'm saying. There's a lot more no's flying around now. I don't feel obligated to do anything. It's like no, and
Hmm.
I don't feel bad anymore. So there's a
Yeah.
certain freedom that comes with a crisis, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
depending on
love
your
it.
perspective.
Right. And that's what I was going to say. I love your perspective because
Hmm.
it is what it is, but it
Yep.
doesn't define who you are, what
Nope.
you're able to do,
Right.
and what you yet want to accomplish.
Yes.
And so, what do you tell somebody who's like, I don't know, Star Major, I don't think I could do that, dealing with all the things you've got going on? What do you tell those people?
So because that person probably follows me, now I'll tell them, okay, then don't do it. Either it's because it's so easy. Either you do or you don't. There's
Hmm.
nothing I can say. I don't know what motivates you. I don't know your purpose. And I don't have time to do all that. There's so
So
much,
good.
you know, on social media. You could throw a rock and find inspiration from whatever your thing is. Like if
Hmm.
mine's running,
Hmm.
somebody else is hunting, somebody else is drawing. Either you do or you don't.
Yeah.
And that sounds harsh, but it's a fact. You know, people
Mm-mm.
keep chasing, oh, I need something to motivate me. If you waking up
Yeah.
being healthy is not motivation enough, then you just don't want it bad enough. And that's just a fact.
That's so good. No, because I hear people watching this collectively going, I
Yeah,
know, right? You know,
right.
because
And
so
then they
many
don't
of
do it.
us, and then they don't do it.
Yep.
Right. But like you said, it's not my responsibility to make you.
And you
Hey, if
can't.
you ain't got it, I may not be able to give it to you.
Nope.
It's
Right.
up to you. So
Right.
on the days with this diagnosis, on the days that you feel bad, what does that look like for somebody like you? And I mean somebody like you who has
Yeah.
measured runs in hours,
Yeah.
days, whatever, who's done all the things. What does your bad day look like?
So bad days are, they're not really bad anymore because I'm so locked in.
That's good.
Um, so what's saving me right now with the cancer diagnosis is are the habits I've built for 10, 15 years, which is
Mm-hmm.
you're going there. I don't ask questions. It's non-negotiable. You
So
wake up,
good.
you work out, these are non-negotiables. And that
Wow.
habit, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter what happens. God
Mm-hmm.
forbid. I think the worst thing that could happen to me is something happens to my dogs or my parents,
Right.
genuinely.
Right.
My habits are going to get me out of that rut. I'm going to be like, man, I'm heartbroken,
So
but I'm going to
good.
go run. And it's going to pull me. I'm not saying I'm not going to grieve or like cry, but it's going to
Sure.
be able to just help me along that walk. What does a bad day look like? It comes in waves, and it'll
Mm-hmm.
be just that thought like, man, like what if you do die and I wanted to do this? Or
Mm-hmm.
it'll be like, oh, what if you die and this person who loves you now has to deal with their grief?
Yeah.
Those are the thoughts where it'll wrap me up a little bit, and then I kind of just, all right, you're still here. You know, you kind of
Get
got to get
going.
rid of it. Right. It's that active, like I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
Um, but you know, it bad day, you know, every 6 months I have to get rescanned.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll have a whole attitude if now they found something new, or you know, I'll have a
Yeah.
bad day. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Gabby knows that. I'll cry and be like, damn, you know, now they found this or they did that.
Yeah.
And then you get over
You
it.
just keep
Because
going.
if you stay anywhere too long, so I said this yesterday, you're never going to be at the same spot for longer than a second, meaning time moves forward. You're
Mm-hmm.
never staying the same. Either you're
Yeah.
moving forward or backwards. And when you move backwards, in
Mm-hmm.
order to move forward, you have to regain that ground.
That's so
And
good.
regaining ground is harder
It
than
is.
moving forward.
So true.
So you
Wow.
I'm not saying sprint, but if you can stay within the momentum in the
Mm-hmm.
crisis, because you got to
Mm-hmm.
move forward in the storm, you'll be
Yeah.
better off than saying, you know what, I quit. And
Yeah.
then a month later, you're like, man, I should have just, because now I got to
Should have
pick
stayed
that
with
back
it.
up. Just
Yeah,
stay
I
with
gotta
it.
gain the
Yep,
ground
you
to
got to
gain
gain
more
it back,
ground.
and
Absolutely not.
it's hard. So I just
Yeah.
try to be in the moment and just try to work through whatever I got going on in the moment. So then
Mm-hmm.
that next day, it's just going to be a better day.
Yeah.
So,
I
hmm
see because like you said, if you wake up, you now have the opportunity for
yes,
a better day.
Yes.
One of the things that you and I had talked about when we met, which I thought was so funny, we were talking about the stair climber at the gym. And that day I
Uh-huh.
told you, next week I'm going to go to the stair climber. I'm going to
Okay.
figure this thing out because I had
Okay.
literally never been on one. I wish
Right.
I got the picture, but we'll see.
Uh-huh.
I got on the stair climber
Okay.
and I did what you said.
Okay.
Just walk. Don't be trying to trot up the things and
Yep.
all the things. Why are the stairs this high? They're like freaking, I'm 5'2". I feel like I'm climbing Everest.
Uh-huh.
But you said there is a climbing Everest setting on the stair climb. Tell me about that because I know you said that's your next something that you're going to do.
Oh yeah, so it's not really a setting, but it was just
Okay.
a personal goal.
Mhm.
So I've been working through a hamstring issue with running, so I'm kind of easing up on that. So I was like, hey, do some non-contact, do the Stairmaster.
Mhm.
So I went on there for like 30 minutes and it was bad. And then I was like, nope. Whatever I tell people, success is
Wow.
found in things you don't want to do. I definitely
Oh,
didn't want to do the stair stepper. So I was like, you
wow.
know what? If 30 minutes is bad, you're going to do it for an hour. So a few days later, I did an hour. Then I did 2 hours. And then 2 weekends ago, I did four. So then I was
Hours.
like, hours.
You're not
So
getting how this works, obviously. You're not getting
so
how this
so
works.
when I did that, I was like, you know what? Because my mind is very I love to do things that people think are just impossible,
Hmm.
crazy, stupid. That's where I live. I live in
Yeah.
there. So normal human beings. So
Hmm.
I was like, you know what? If I did 4 hours, I'm gonna try to climb Everest. Everest, I looked it up on ChatGPT, is about 29,000 feet.
Mm.
So it'll take about 12 to 15 hours depending on the setting. And it's just to do it, no medal, no crowd. I just want to see if I can be on the stair stepper for 12 hours. Now I've done 12-hour races. The stairmaster though, you're just in one spot. You're
Yeah.
just there. And
Hmm.
before your body shuts down, it's the monotony, it's the I don't have to do this, and that's where I want to go because when your mind starts
Yeah.
playing those tricks, if you can actually do it, you just
Hmm.
unlocked a whole different, I call them compartments. Every
So
time you do
good.
these things, you're just
Hmm.
unlocking another compartment and the goal is to
Wow.
unlock the entire thing. And I
Hmm.
argue as humans, we haven't even unlocked a quarter. So
Yeah.
I'm just in the business of unlocking potential in there because it's
My
really not
goodness.
about the stairmaster,
Yeah.
but
It's just something else that you thought
a
you
mental
should
challenge,
do.
right? Because everybody hates it, I love it. So yeah.
Yeah. But
So
like you said, if you want to do something extraordinary, you're going to have to start doing stuff that's
just start
extraordinary. You got to
15
get started.
minutes, 20 minutes, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Because and what I love about the Stairmaster, because a lot of people see me run and
Hmm.
20 miles, 30, they're like, oh, I can't run and my knees, all that. Everybody has a stair stepper. It's low impact. You
Yeah.
could put it on setting two and just go
Hmm.
really slow.
That was
So
me.
now, right. So now the excuse is, oh, you just don't want to do it. Like,
That's still
because you
me.
can, right. So, so I like to, help. If you don't want to run, there's still other things you can
Yeah.
do to
Do
unlock, but
something.
it's very monotonous and it's hard
Hmm.
mentally. It's a little tough and a lot of people aren't willing to do it, which is fine, but I'm
Yeah.
willing to take it there. So
I
yeah.
think you should because again, if you're willing to do it,
Yep.
somebody is willing to do it too. So
Yes,
that, like I said,
100%.
that's the premise a lot of this show.
Mm-hmm.
Let's close the door on the comfort zone. All
Yep.
right? Let's
Have
get
to.
let's get hot. Let me show
Yep.
you what's possible. If y'all have watched this show over the number of years, y'all know what's possible may not be something fun. It may not be glamorous. It may not even get you a title, but oh my gosh, what it does for your mindset.
Yes.
One of the things too, Janina, you talked about is legacy.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you hope your legacy will be? Not just making history in the army. What is your personal legacy hope?
Yeah. So legacy, and I've thought about this. I want it to be where if people, not the haters, because they're going to say what they
Yeah,
want to say,
yeah.
but when
Kudos
people
to the
talk
Hater
about
Nation.
me, I just want to be known as a good person. Like, oh,
Mm,
she helped me. She was friendly. It's not about the running and all the things. I do want it to be like, hey, she was bad. Like she
yeah,
was that person. And that's gonna
absolutely.
happen, inevitable. I don't care what anybody
Yeah,
says. But more so just a good human being. She helped me with this. She made me laugh. Those positive
yeah,
aspects. That's truly what I want. And I want people to go because I make all the videos and stuff online.
yeah.
If I'm ever gone, I want them to use that. Don't
So good.
have me be gone and not use it. The legacy is in you carrying forward. I'm not saying you have to climb Everest on the stair stepper, but do things that others didn't think was possible,
Yeah.
and then bring those others up, because that's what we're here to do. I'm doing one, each one teach one. So I'm doing it for
Yeah.
somebody, and it's just
Hmm.
a
And folks
generational
should
thing.
stand on each other's shoulders to
That's
be
it.
better.
So in
Yeah.
30 years, for an unborn little girl, who's
Yeah.
then like, man, I heard about this through this person. And then, oh man, well,
Hmm.
there was this, in 2020, whatever, there's this sergeant major. And it's like, oh, that's what the legacy
So
is.
good. That's going to be so good.
Everything that you want is on the other side of consistency. That is always my message.
She
Without
is dropping
consistency,
nuggets, y'all.
I
If
got
y'all
nuggets,
ain't writing
girl.
this
I got
down,
bars.
what did you say now? It's on the other side of consistency?
Everything that you want is on the other side of consistency. I don't
Dang.
care. It could be whatever. And that's what I love about running. Like I said, I
Yeah.
couldn't run a mile, but then you do it. And then you
Hmm.
run 1.1, 1.2. People think you just go out there
And
and
just break
that's not
out.
how it works.
Mm-mm.
If you can't read, you start to read. If you want to learn
Yeah.
a different language, if you want to learn how to cook, anything that you want to
Start.
do, I'm not sure if you're 4 foot, I can help you dunk. I got that. But other than that, 99% of the things in the world that people are
Yeah.
successful at are good. They've applied pressure and they were
Hmm.
very consistent. And like you said earlier, it might take 10 to 15 years. Are you willing to pay the
Are
price?
you willing to pay
I'm
the
willing.
price?
I'm willing to pay the price for whatever my
Yeah.
dreams are, 5, 10, 15 years, as long as I make it there. And I'll do it every day
Yeah.
until it's mine. And if that's not your mindset, you don't want it bad enough.
You better preach, girl. Woo! So now let's talk about your book that's coming up. There's so much stuff here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Talk about your book now.
So I'm super pumped. So writing a book is not for the weak. I
Mm.
realize that it's hard. It's fun, but it's a lot. I'm on
Yeah.
like revision. I don't even know what number. So I got the edits back from my editor. I made those. Now I'm making a few edits. So it'll go back to him, and then honestly, it'll be done. So my book is going to be called Drop Four, with the
Oh,
premise of we're all dealt cards, and we don't care what your cards are. Become a better player, and that's kind of
ooh,
like either you do or you don't. I
yeah.
have cancer, I have this and that in my childhood, you have this, you were adopted. We
Mhm.
get all that. You can give me any cards right now, but because I'm a good player, I'm going to win. That's the
So
mindset you
good.
need to have.
So good.
Stop whining about the cards and,
Mm-hmm.
oh, but my parent, we don't care. Life doesn't care. So
No.
that's what the book is about. So I go all the way from my childhood up into graduating the academy and making history. And I'm really showing
Wow.
people like, people think you just popped out the womb. And it's like, oh, that's Ranger Simmons. It's like, no,
No.
this was years and years in the making. And what
Yeah.
I'm trying to show through the book is that the adversity actually is the best teacher.
So
So,
good.
when you run the marathon and you hit whatever goal time,
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't the blessing. The blessing was the training. The blessing was
Yeah.
the failing. The blessing was the injury, because now you had to learn how to switch some things. So
Mm-hmm.
the blessing never comes as the blessing how humans see it, this positive thing like,
Yeah.
God bless me, and it just falls out the sky.
I
If you're
wish.
asking to be blessed, He's going to give you a lot of adversity.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I just walk, all through it. Obviously goes through my military story, but I wouldn't call it a typical military book. And that
Mm-hmm.
at the end of each chapter, I have a few nuggets. And then,
Okay.
I think it's a transformational book. I
Yeah.
think you'll pick it up and you're going to want to change something about your life.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if
That
she did
that
that,
is huge.
I can do that. Or,
Yeah. It's
wow, she made it from
possible.
here.
At
It's
the very
possible.
least, it's
It's possible.
possible.
It's possible.
Man, I just love. So now you also do a lot of speaking engagements,
I
my friend.
do. I
Let's
do.
talk. Y'all don't even understand. I want to get it all in because this is so good. So you are speaking, and tell us a little bit about what is it that you're speaking on, and to whom are you having these speaking engagements? Who is it for?
So I've spoken at all kinds of panels, military, civilian, and I really like to ask the audience what kind of message are they looking for.
Mm,
Some want go the resilience route, some want it more
yeah.
leadership based, some want it faith based, and I can do all that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think we talked before. When I run, a lot of people think running is about running, and it's so far off. When
Wow.
I run, I rehearse, I listen. So in the morning when you wake up, whatever you feed, how we eat and you
Yeah.
feed your body, you have to feed your mind. And
Mm-hmm.
whatever you feed it, it's going to take on as that subconscious mindset.
Yeah.
So really in the morning when I run, I rehearse, I listen to podcasts, books, all these things, and then I
Hmm.
get these secondary thoughts. But yeah, I speak all over, and really the message is, like I said in the book, like I'm gonna listen to your hardships and I'm gonna tell you about mine, but then we're gonna get over that and see how we move forward
All right
and
now.
see. And that's just what it is. I think what we lack in today's society, I want to use the word soft. And I don't understand how people think we can just have, I'm all for empathy and we have to, but at the
Sure.
same time, it's like life is hard.
It
Life
is.
is gonna punch you in the face. Now
Regularly.
what?
Hmm.
The soft pillows aren't going to do anything. The Instagram quotes and all this, that's not going to help you when life beats you down. So it's really
Hmm.
like, we'll hear you out. You have all these things, but you have to attack your problems head on. Like
Yeah.
find the root of why you feel the way you feel, why you're not motivated, why you're just walking through life with zero ambition. Get to the root of that, and then you can, go blossom. So kind of, I speak on
Yeah.
all those things.
Hmm.
And I just like to help people and give them a different perspective. I
I
think
love it.
now, specifically with cancer, I'm very relatable.
Hmm.
Before, I was just this GI Jane Ranger, and now it's like, oh wow, she's actually human. Yes, I'm very
Very
human.
human. Yeah.
Um, but I think, it's hard for people, and I'm the same way. When you look at
Hmm.
somebody who's successful or somebody you look up to, you see where they're at now. And
Right.
in your mind, you're like, that could never be me. But when you
Well,
start, if you look at this person and you adopt what they do or what they've been
that's
doing,
right. Hmm.
you'll be there in a few years. You might surpass them.
Exactly. And that's the
So,
plan. Get your mind right and then
yes.
get busy.
Yep.
Janina, there's so much here. I would, oh my gosh, like when you and I
Right. We
met,
could talk for like 5 hours.
we did, like we met at one
Right.
time and hung out for 2 hours because this is just so good. But we
Yeah.
can't do that on here, but that's
I
okay
know. I know.
because that's all right. We gonna get it together. But Janina, if somebody wanted to reach out to you, book you to speak, find out more
Hmm.
about you and your amazing accomplishments, where's the best
Hmm.
place for them to find you?
So definitely right now, before my website is up, social media. So Facebook, Janina Simmons. Instagram, Janina Simmons, but my actual name is that's dot tight with two eyes. So just shoot me a message on there. I actually read all messages. I don't
Mm-hmm.
respond to all of them, but I
Mm-hmm.
read every single message. So for any speaking engagements or anything of that nature, I'll definitely respond and get with the person for sure.
Absolutely. Don't worry, everybody. If you did not get all of that information, everything is going to be in the description below. So you will be able to find her and book her for your next conference. You will want her to be there. And don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, and share this with your network. Janina, my friend, before I let you go, we
Okay.
got to play a game. Yay! This game is super simple. It's
Uh huh.
called This or That. I'm going to give
Okay.
you the choice of a few things, and you just tell me which one you like the best. Are you
Okay.
ready to play, my friend?
Yes, ma'am. Let's go.
Let's do this. All right. Or oatmeal.
Oatmeal, 100%.
Really?
I don't do grits. Nope.
Get your life together. Okay, whatever. House slippers or bare feet?
House slippers. I've got them on right now.
Yellow light. Slow down or speed up?
Oh, speed up.
See, do better. Do better.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
speed
like
up.
it. Super Bowl, the game or the commercials?
Ugh, not this last game, but I
Don't
guess
even
the
get me
game.
started. Yeah. All right. Send the text or make the call.
Send the text. Don't call me.
Don't call.
I'm not like I don't like to talk on the phone. Like, just send me a text if it's important. We'll call.
Okay, I like it. All right. Fight, flight, or freeze?
Ooh, that has to depend on the situation. But
Yeah.
that's a hard one. I think that one is situation dependent.
Okay. Y'all
Hmm.
heard that she is Ranger qualified.
Yeah, that one's
I have a
situation
guess
dependent.
on what that
Uh-huh.
would be, but
What
I'm
do you
just
think?
saying. I'm thinking fight. And I'm thinking of the don't come for me unless I call you kind of fight. That's it. That's where I see you
Yes,
at.
but I pick my battles wisely. So sometimes I'm grown enough to just walk away because
I
I don't
love
want to.
it.
That's why I was like, it's
Grown
situation
enough.
dependent. Now, if you're coming at my dogs or somebody I love, I'm fighting all day. We're not asking questions. So
We're not even going to talk about it.
we're not
I
talking
like
about it.
it so much. Dressing up or dressing down?
Down.
Really? You're not a dressy up?
Oh,
You put on some
no,
heels and a
I'm a
gown and a crown.
absolute not. Give me a Hanes shirt and a little sweatpants, and I'm good to go.
I
So
know that's right. And finally, my friend, what is the best advice that you have ever given?
given, I think I this is a good one. I have a lot of advice, but there's an
Mhm.
important one I heard recently, so I'll act like it's mine. Whatever you do, your life, it's your fault.
Wow.
Your fault.
Well, that'll kick you in your face.
Yes, it will. And I heard that, and it goes for everything. So everything
Yes.
you are or you want to be, if you do it, great. If not, it's your fault. So if you didn't apply yourself and you didn't get the promotion, that's your fault. If you didn't, if the relationship didn't go how I wanted, it's your, like, it works for
It's you.
everything, and it gives you 100% ownership of your life. And I love
Mm,
that. So that
that
is
is
the
so
best
good.
advice I think I've given recently, because it goes back to everything.
Yeah, that
So
is
it's all
so
like
good.
with the cancer, with the running, with the anything,
Everything.
it's
Huh.
my fault. I can be
Huh.
mopey or I can be positive. Hey, you
I
ended your
like
life on a
it.
good note. It was my fault because I chose. You
That's
see,
what
so
I
I love
chose.
that.
That is
I
so
love that.
good. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
Janina, thank you so much for joining
Yeah.
me today. I appreciate you because this has been so good.
No,
Uh,
thank you for having me. I loved it. It was
Thank
good.
you. All right, everybody. That's it for this week. But don't worry,
on
we'll be back next
Friday.
week with more Faith on
Step into
Friday
what's
presents.
possible.